The next thing I'm going to do is show you some ways that you can take this man down from a defensive standpoint and put him towards his back. The first thing I'm going to show is a carry. If the opposition has an underhook on this side and he's not in a strong position, as we talked about before, he needs to move towards the front. Oftentimes, the opposition, not knowing this, will move this way. Okay, that's when you start looking for your fireman's carry. If at all possible, you try to position yourself so that your penetrating leg is forward, this way. Control the arm, hit right in on the fireman's carry, and take him over. That's something you might want to look for if you know the opposition has a good underhook series. The underhooks, again, right here, you try to position yourself from here. You pull, hit right in on the carry position, and take him over. The next thing you can do when he has it on the hook is just drop your weight. Drop your weight down. What we're going to do is drop the weight down, step behind his near leg, like such, this way. What you're going to try to do here is hook on the inside of his leg, like that. Once you can get control of the inside of his knee, then you want to reach behind with the other hand. Now you have him trapped in there, you can take him straight towards his back. Okay, again. From this position here, drop your weight, step behind the leg. Drop your weight, step behind the leg. Now reach behind the leg, lock your hands. Pressure down and towards his back. The other thing that you can do from this position, say he has a nice high underhook position and you're having trouble getting down or getting into a position so that you can hit your fireman's carry. From here, what we want to do is jack that arm up even higher. Lift it up higher, and we're just going to do a back trip. Step behind the leg. Take him straight back that way. Okay, again. He has the underhook on from this position here. Lift it high. Step behind the leg. Come under the arm on the other side. Under the arm on the other side. Now just drop. Take him straight towards his back. Okay, let's show that one more time. Okay, right here he has it high. Lift, step behind. Right here. Make sure that you trap his leg. Make sure that you have control of his hips. Underhook. Now just start to lean. Take him right back towards his back. The next technique I will be covering is a 2-on-1 Russian tie. The first thing I want to talk about is securing the Russian tie position. Okay, one of the easiest ways to get into the Russian tie position is when the opposition comes out and goes for a collar tie. Now when he does that, the first thing you want to do is come up with the inside hand, like such, and control his wrist. Now from here, as you do that, you want to raise your shoulders up so that when you go to take it off, it's going to slip right off, this way. Now, when you reach up to tie it up, you raise your shoulders up. From this position, you need to turn your head as you start to take it off, like such. You're going to push his wrist with your shoulder and turn it and look away from it. As you do that, you're going to come up above his elbow joint and control him between the elbow and his shoulder joint, like such. Now, this is the best way to control this arm, is to hook it like this, like this. You don't reach up and control the tie with the thumb over the tricep like such. You reach around and you hook it. You want to be able to put pressure down like this. With the bottom hand, there's two ways you can control it. You control it with the thumb over top like this, palm facing up like such, or you can reach over and control it this way. The way that you control it depends on what you're going to shoot from this position. So again, from here, you come up, reach to the inside, raise your shoulders, look away from it, come over top, take it down. You hook it like such. You can control it this way, or reach over and control it like this. Now, as far as controlling this part of his arm, you can control it two ways as well. Okay, you can control it above the elbow joint, like such, or you can control it above the shoulder joint. If you can control it above the shoulder joint, you're going to get a lot more pressure. You're going to be able to drive him down to the mat and move him around a lot easier if you go above the shoulder joint. If you can controlling it above the elbow joint, this will allow you to shoot certain techniques better. For instance, if Rick pulls this arm away, Now you can move right into a single leg position. Or if he pulls the arm away, now you can move into a fireman's carry takedown. So, control it, thumb facing on top, palm up, or around this way. You can control this part of his arm by controlling it above the elbow joint, like such, or above his shoulder joint. If you're above his shoulder joint, you're going to have more control of his body. Okay, now, let's cover some of the things that you can do when the defensive man starts to defend the Russian tie. This is where the Russian tie is most effective. When the defensive man starts to defend this control tie position. Now, oftentimes, the first thing he'll do is reach up and start to push on my head. When he does that, we're going to work right into a double leg tackle position. He reaches up to push my head away. We're going to raise this up. As we raise it up, you're going to lower your center of gravity and step with the inside leg into a double leg tackle position. Move in and work for your finish. Okay, again, control it here. You anticipate that he may reach up and push on your head from here. You raise it up. Now, oftentimes I'll see wrestlers do this. As he pushes on the head, they'll raise their entire body up. All you want to do is push up on the arm and drop your center of gravity, like such. As you drop your center of gravity, you start to step in into a double leg tackle position. The other problem that wrestlers have shooting into a double from this position, okay, when he pushes on my head, they'll turn around and they'll step to this side. It takes a little bit longer to get to a double leg tackle if you step with the leg that's to the outside. So you want to make sure that you step with the inside leg and that your head goes to the same side as your trailing leg when you attack. Drive into him and work for your finish. Another thing that the defensive man may do is reach over and control your wrist, thinking that he can pull your wrist off. Okay, so from here you're controlling your tie. Now from here, he reaches up and controls my wrist. We're just going to jam this elbow in, like such. Lock up both elbows. Okay, again. From this position here, he reaches for my wrist. Now, jam this in, like such, and you want to try to cross his elbows. Now from here, you pull him in tight. Now you reach around with the other arm, step right in. From this position, you always take him towards the Russian tie arm. Take him right over towards his back. Okay, again, he reaches for your wrist. Again, jam it tight. Try to come up as high on his tricep as you can get. You want to cross his elbows. Now, as soon as you do that, cross his elbows, pull his back, come over, squeeze, move into him. Now arch, take him over towards his back, straight towards his back. Okay, another thing that the defensive man might try to do is run around in a circle and try to face you. And as he does that, try to push on your head or your shoulder. This time we'll have Rick push on my shoulder as he runs around towards the front, like such. Now, here's a little scenario that you can work if you know that the defensive man will try that type of maneuver. Okay, so he runs around in a circle, pushes on my shoulder, you post right into an inside step. Okay, watch again. Okay, you have him here, he runs around in a circle. As soon as he reaches, right into an inside step position. Another thing you can do if he runs around in a circle to face you is release the Russian and go to a single to the other side. This works very well if he's traveling at a pretty good speed. For instance, I'll take a Russian, as soon as you take it, now you go to the other side and take the other leg. So, there are two very good techniques you can use if you have someone that wants to face you and push you away at the same time. Again, number one, he comes around in a circle and face me and post, inside step, change off. He comes around to face me and post, into a single leg tackle on the other side. The other thing that the defensive man may try to do is come up over your head into a front headlock position. As soon as he does that, you duck. Once you get him here, obviously you can take him down towards his back. You can take him by stepping behind the near leg, or you can take him, once you get up under the arm, by taking him this way, down towards his back. Okay, again, I've known some wrestlers who will bait this man. They'll stick the head down, he goes over top, and they go right into a duck position, straight towards his back. Okay, the next thing that the defensive man may try to do is pull his arm away. When he does that, high singles, low singles, fireman's carry. Okay, again, he tries to pull his arm away, high single, low single, fireman's carry. Take him over. Now let's talk about some of the offensive things you can do from the Russian tie position. The first thing I'm going to show is how to get this man down to the mat by pressuring him down to the mat. First of all, if you think you want to get him down to the mat, you want to control him above the shoulder. Now from here, you try to put all of your body weight up over his shoulder and move him around towards the front, like such. Once you get him here, you just shuck and move behind. This could be very effective. Again, control this, up over his shoulder, pressure, down, like that. Shuck and go behind. Something else you can do from this position, especially if he starts to pull back a little bit, is raise it up, step behind the leg, take him right into a side trip, straight back. Again, you have your Russian tie right here, so he pulls it back quick, right here, take him straight back towards his back. Another thing you can do from this position is just step behind his leg here, like this. Control the arm, step behind the leg, and reach. Now, head in his chest, take him straight back like that. Again, right here, control this. He pulls it back, right here. Step behind the leg, control him on his upper thigh, head in his chest, take him straight back towards his back. Another technique that I like to do quite often is when he starts to pull his arm back, I'll come up under his other arm into an underhook position. He pulls it back this way. It's a foot sweep. He pulls it back, straight back towards his back. Okay, again, you anticipate that he's going to pull the arm back. You let him pull it back. He pulls it back, come under the arm. He pulls it back, come under the arm, step, sweep. Pulls it back, step, sweep. Pulls it back, straight down towards his back. Now let's talk about defensing the Russian tie. There's about 3 excellent ways that you can get out of the Russian tie if the offensive man puts it on you. Okay, first, he has on a Russian tie. You want to make sure that you keep your arm inside, close to your body, and not commit yourself too much. For instance, going to his wrist, pulling back too hard, or trying to come up over his head like this. Okay, protect yourself. Now from here, we're just going to reach, grab his elbow, pull it out this way, just like that. Go to an underhook on the other side. Okay, this way, take his elbow, pull it out, underhook. That will get you out of the Russian. Okay, he's in a Russian tie position, and this I think is one of the better ones that you can use. You take a step in. Now what I do is step, drive his head, and sweep his other leg, like that. Takes him off balance. Okay, you're in this position here, you step, like that, get him off balance. So you're coming across his head, posting his head that way. Take a step here, here, and sweep. You probably won't get a takedown, but it will get him out of the Russian position. The other thing you can do is keep this arm real close to your body and post and snatch, like this. If you post him, that should stop him from shooting in on the carries and singles and other leg attacks. So you have him here, post, protect your legs. Okay, let's run through those again. He has on a Russian tie, everything in close. You reach out, control the elbow, pull, underhook. He has a Russian tie, step, post, sweep. Take him out of position. He has a Russian tie, post, pull. Post, pull.